Yeah, so Sam, I first met you about 12 months ago, it was actually, at our Christmas in July, I
Yep.
think. And it's been a fairly major, enormous year for you, really.
Huge, yeah.
Yeah, tell us a bit about your faith journey over the last year.
Well, to start off with, it was first of all, it was me just coming to the realisation that I'd done a lot of self-help sort of journeys for myself, being someone that's had a lot of substance abuse and mental issues in that regard, and I finally worked it out that I wasn't fully going to be helped until I brought God into my life,
Yeah.
and that was the change I needed to implement for my life to change on a permanent basis.
Yep. So that was kind of what you were sensing at the time
Yeah.
of Christmas in July when
Yep,
we first met you, or did it come
No,
after that?
It was straight away, hit the nail on the head. It was just the people I was mixing with. I worked out that even though they came from all sorts of socio-economic backgrounds, that it didn't matter. The one thing they all had in common is they were Christians coming together to be happy and be friends and fellowship, and it was that part of being successful that I'd never seen before that actually really push me in the direction of becoming a Christian, a born again Christian.
Yeah.
I wanted to embrace God and learn more about Him.
So tell us about like Christmas in July and what happened there, and then we started to gather together in our banquet gatherings on a, can't even remember what night it was now. Was it
Sunday night.
It was a Sunday night, wasn't it? Yeah. But tell us about Christmas in July and what happened there, and then the next few months how that unfolded.
Okay. Well, what it was for me was Christmas in July for a start. It was just meeting a whole lot of happy people, really. Like they were just content with where they were. Didn't matter what they were doing, how hard off they were, or what particularly was going on in their life. They were generally happy, and to me that was something that was missing in my life. And I actually knew quite a few people already within that Christmas in July, and so it was easy for me to meld in, and so I instantly felt part of a community, and that was a really, really good feeling for me in the sense that straight away I felt loved. I felt cared about, and I felt just a connection I've never felt before, like in any other community group I've ever had any dealings with.
Yep.
And then from there we went on to our, you invited me to come to your fellowship, which was we were holding that. Well, I think we started off here one Thursday night, but then from then we went on to Sundays.
Yeah.
And I just found it really good to, for us all to catch up once a week, and you've got that group of people to share your experiences with.
Yeah.
Both spiritually, work-related, social-related, home-related, whatever they happen to be, and share it in an environment where no one will judge, no one will, they'll give you advice, they'll counsel you if they've got wisdom on that, but getting back to it, share the God moments that we had during the week, and ways in which we could see maybe some moments through that week that we didn't even realise were moments where God was reaching out to us.
Yeah. So, obviously it was a safe place to come and gather, and that was important to you. You've mentioned the God moments, and we used to share God moments during the week, and that whole spiritual dimension of life was something that we discussed. When did that start to, I suppose, click or gel or make sense to you in that? And
it was instant. It was instant. With Christmas in July, even before that, I'd been involved in Christianity a long time before that. But this was more of being cemented into it, as in, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm doing, and this is the way I want to spend the rest of my life. I just felt that everyone within that fellowship group had that same connection that I now had, and we're going in the same directions. So, I mean, everyone had their own personal directions, but as far as their ideas towards God and what it meant to them, we all had a similar, view of what he meant to us.
Yeah, and so for you, it was almost about tapping into something that was already there, or already there were seeds already there in your life, but being with a community of people who were open and safe to explore this with, it started to grow more fully in you.
Yep.
Now, it's obviously for us, it wasn't only about you, Sam. It was also about your partner, your now wife, Casey. Hi, Casey.
Hi.
And one of the things that happened, I remember early on during that time, is that you felt that you'd been living together and you felt that you wanted to get married.
Yep.
What happened there? How did that sort of unfold?
Well, since the Christmas in July, Casey and myself implemented, just through God's teachings in the Bible, just the way of living, through living God's way, that it made our relationship mean so much more, and that brought us so much closer. And so within a short period, it brought us close enough that we felt that we wanted to spend the rest of our lives together. And the group we were sharing it with was definitely a big part of it. Seeing a group of successful marriages around us, really helped meld that for us, because when you look in community in general, you see a lot of unhappy marriages, and it's for me, it was something I was seeing less and less of, especially through friends that I used to knock around with. None of them were getting married. None of them were actually married at all. I'm one of the first out of my former group of friends that actually got married. So it was a really big step for me, but I felt it was one in the right direction.
Yeah. And Casey, during this time, had her own conversion, faith experience during that time as well. And then late last year, in December, you both got baptised.
Yep.
Why did you decide that you wanted to go through that step of being baptised?
Well, for me personally, I'd been brought up with a Catholic background, and and it pushed me away from religion a bit, especially Christianity, and I sort of had it rammed down my throat going to Catholic schools all my life, and really been mistreated as far as, and treated more of the Old Testament way, whereas wrath and awe of God rather than peace, loving, merciful God that I now know him to be. And it sort of it just encouraged me to be that loving person and be comfortable around anyone, so that I could, which led me to my baptism, which just was a fresh start, a new beginning, where I could wash all that away and start this new life.
Yeah.
Which I saw it as a totally new life.
Yeah.
The old life's left behind, the new life starts.
Yeah.
And so now I can live, by the principles, new principles I want to live by, which is that of God, Jesus, and His disciples, and the books of the Bible, and what they have to teach, the wisdom and honesty, truth, compassion, mercy. I can go on, but it just that upright and honest living. It's just really appealed to me. And when I got baptised, it was like having just a fresh book.
Yeah.
Fresh book to start with, you know, to start writing that new chapter, which I so badly needed at that stage.
Yeah. And then in April, I can't remember the exact date, April the 14th, Casey can remember, we had the joy of gathering together as a community of people and witnessing and sharing in your marriage together. And that was a very exciting day. So that was, what's that, about 5 months ago, you're coming up?
Yeah.
Or maybe not, no,
Not
3 months ago. Anyway, yeah, and things have been good for you guys since. But tell us if you can, what life looks like for you now, and you know, what are some of the things that perhaps you're thinking about into the future, and especially with respect to, you know, your faith and where that's.
Well, in my faith, I have no doubt that it's completely changed my outlook on life. Like I've always been into trades and working with my hands, and I did my back pretty badly a couple of years ago, and this has given me just a new opportunity and opened up just a world full of things that I never even saw possible a year ago. And I've even recently been looking into doing pastoring myself, both on a pastoral care level and a leadership level, and just working more with the community, because the rewards you get back for, you know, just for a listening ear, for a shoulder to cry on, for anything like that, the rewards for you know, giving and not receiving anything back are huge. Like to me, the self-esteem and the confidence you get from that is, you just can't replace it with anything else. You know, it's quite overwhelming in most situations.
Yeah, and both you and Casey are volunteering now within our local food bank, which is run through the local AOG church here, and that's been a really positive thing for you guys too, hasn't it? Yeah, no, thanks for that, Sam. Good to hear a little bit of your story, and you too, Casey. I know we asked mainly Sam today, but but thanks for sharing your time with us today.